Okay, we did question 17. The equation is 4x squared plus 2x minus 1 over x squared times x plus 1. And this bottom part here can be distributed, so it would be x cubed plus x squared. And because the x's are common, you can take the x squared out, and you would be left with x squared times x plus 1. Now each degree on this bottom, what you're left with, is assigned a letter. And because this x squared has two x's, a would get an x, b would get the x squared, and c would get the x plus 1. Next, you have to find a common denominator, and that would be x squared times x plus 1. Because a already has the x, all it needs is another x and the x plus 1. So down here, you would write the numerator equals a times the x and the x plus 1. All b needs is the x plus 1 because it already has the x squared. So then it would be plus b times x plus 1. And then all the c needs is the x squared because it already has the x plus 1, so it would be plus c times x squared. Next, you find what in any of these would make this equation, or make each of these 0. I picked first -1 because -1 plus 1 equals 0. Then you put -1 into the equation. Then you are left with 1 equals a times 0 plus b times 0 plus c times 1. Then to solve that, you would divide by 1 and divide by 1, therefore c equals 1. Next, I picked 0, and you put 0 into this whole equation. You're left with -1, and -1 equals a times 0 plus b times 1 plus c times 0. So that since you don't have an a or a c, you're left with b times 1. You simplify that, and you're left with b equals -1. Next, you pick nothing will go into okay, so next you just pick a number to put into this whole equation. Since you have b and c, you put in 1 for c, and you put in -1 for b. I picked 1 and put 1 in for x through the whole equation, and put in -1 for b and 1 for c. And when you solve that, you are left with a equals 3. So then, since you have a, b, and c, you put them in here, substitute them in, and you're left with this.